Right now on WQAD News 8 at 9, saying so long to a local landmark. Demolition on the iconic Lodge Hotel begins. What's next for the site coming up? And dancing for peace, the way these Quad City students are hoping their moves move the entire community.
Now, live from WQAD, News 8 at 9 starts now.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Angie Sharp. We'll have more on those stories in just a minute. Topping our news tonight, Rock Island aldermen have accepted the resignation of their city manager. Thomas announced Friday he's resigning from his post after 5 years. In his resignation letter, he says it's time to pursue other opportunities. Thomas's announcement comes about 2 weeks after the Walmart deal fell through. Across the river in Bettendorf, City Council also met tonight to work on a plan to bring in more developments. Aldermen drafted a plan on how to entice builders to come to Bettendorf using tax credits. Mayor Bob Gallagher says there's a need for more development in the downtown area and also along the I-74 corridor.
So our downtown right now is in need of some development, and we have an excellent opportunity to incentivize developers to come build what we want to see happen in downtown Bettendorf and on our riverfront.
Mayor Gallagher says he wants to get developers on board to build near that I-74 corridor before the new bridge is finished. Just north of there, an iconic landmark in the Quad Cities is coming down. The demolition of the former Lodge Hotel started today. The mayor says it used to serve as a great amenity for the city, but now it's become a nuisance as several people have trespassed and even vandalized the building. Today, the city held a brief ceremony before starting demolition, and many people stopped by to watch.
It's just kind of surreal, I used to work for Jimmers back in the day when I first got out of college, and so I spent a lot of time here, so it's kind of strange to watch.
Crews say the demolition of the lodge will probably take until the end of the year. The mayor says there's been plenty of interest from developers, but at this time there are no concrete plans on what's next for the site. Meanwhile, the Isle of Capri Corporation is selling 20 properties, including its new land-based casino in Bettendorf. Eldorado Resorts is buying the company for nearly $2 billion. The sale will take nearly a year to complete. In the meantime, it's business as usual as leaders from both companies work on a transition plan, leaving nearly 1,000 employees at the Bettendorf Casino in limbo.
My hope is that those folks that have worked here for a long time continue to work there, and it continues as is a great operation in downtown Bettendorf.
City leaders say they're counting on the casino to be a cornerstone of its downtown redevelopment plans. Turning to weather now, and a very summery start to the week with the end of the season just a couple of days away. Storm Track 8 Chief Meteorologist James Zahara is here to tell us how hot it got today and if we could expect more of the same tomorrow. Hi, James.
Yeah, it got pretty warm out there, no question about it. In fact, let me do this first. I'm going to go ahead and show you the highs of today, and these are extremely warm for this time of year, given the normal highs around 77 degrees, but you can see a lot of upper 80s, even some lower 90s. That took place around the area. It got as high as 92 degrees in Mount Pleasant, 90 in Savannah. In the Quad Cities, it got as warm as 89 degrees. Currently in the Quad Cities, 76 degrees out there, south wind around 6 miles an hour. Dew point, good indication of how cool that temperature is going to get come tonight. Of course, we've been seeing some activity way up into our north and west. No threat of any severe weather expected as we go through the overnight hours, but these scattered showers that we're seeing up north, right near northern Jackson County, even around Joe Davies and Stevenson County, that's part of a frontal boundary that still needs to make its way through here, and that's where the chance will continue as we head overnight. Not a great chance, but a chance nonetheless. We'll tell you when that chance will be taking place in the rest of our hometowns coming up in just a few minutes. Angie?
All right, thank you, James. 2 people are recovering tonight after police say they were hit by a car in Davenport. Police say it happened last night at Harrison Street and Central Park Avenue. Both people were taken to the hospital. One was seriously hurt but is in stable condition right now. The other was treated and released. The names of the victims and the driver are not being released at this time. An Iowa man now faces a list of charges after police say he hit 2 people with his truck at a Little League complex in Des Moines. Polk County Sheriff's deputies say 40-year-old Chad Winninger hit 2 men, then drove into a concession stand. One of the victims is still in critical condition. The other was not seriously hurt. The suspect, who investigators say stabbed a man and was shot by Dixon police, is in jail. On Friday, Justin Lannis was released from the hospital and immediately arrested. Earlier this month, police say he held a woman hostage at knife point, then stabbed another man. He's charged with attempted first-degree murder. A donation drop box for clothes and shoes is now gone from a Quad City parking lot. These Operation Green bins are meant for people to easily drop off and donate their used items. But recently, this one at a Hy-Vee in Davenport is overflowing. Today, the grocery store decided to remove the bin because they say it was becoming an eyesore. The store director says they will keep the bin out of the parking lot until they hear back from Operation Green. Students at Thurgood Marshall Learning Center in Rock Island got a chance to express themselves in the school's first ever peace rally today. The event is part of the school's Nonviolence Week campaign. The rally included a performance by local dance group Reflex, as well as personal student reflections from guest speakers and student volunteers.
And it gives the kids an opportunity to express themselves, to be who they are, ultimately, be themselves, and to feel like they have a purpose.
Thurgood Marshall's Nonviolent Week continues with a group wish project for International World Peace Day, which is this Wednesday. There's much more to come right here on WQAD News 8 at 9. Still ahead, suspect in custody. The man who police say is responsible for this weekend's bombings in New York and New Jersey, and the dramatic events that is leading up to his arrest. And reaching out to all those millennials, how and why the Clinton campaign is now appealing to the youngest voters in the presidential election.
You are watching WQAD News 8 at 9 with Angie Sharp.